Hello my dear Libra, this is your love and spirituality reading for the time between August 16 and August 31st, 2017 with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. I will do a shorter mid-month reading this time after many requested it, and I will use the Mary L. Tarot by Mary White. So, I call the Divine with love and light. And I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world. And I call the 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Libra viewers. So I want my dear Libras to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. I also want to take the chance to tell you about Mercury moving retrograde in Virgo. Mercury moving retrograde in Virgo since August 14. And we will have a solar eclipse and a new moon in Leo August 21st. Also Mars is in Leo. So Sun and Moon moves into Virgo August 22nd. And Venus moved from Cancer to Leo on the 26th of August. Actually, Venus moves into Cancer today from Gemini, because I'm doing this, it's August 1st. Maybe they were... in some parts of the world she was going in yesterday. What do we have more? Yes, both Venus and Mars will be in Leo, and we have all the slow-going planets are moving retrograde, except from Jupiter that is moving direct in Libra. So Saturn is moving retrograde in Sagittarius. Uranus is moving retrograde in Aries, and Neptune is moving retrograde in Pisces, and Pluto is moving retrograde in Capricorn. And what do we have for Libra? Yes, Jupiter moves direct, as I said, squaring Pluto, that's moving retrograde in Capricorn, and also squaring Venus, moving direct in Cancer. Venus is also in opposition to Pluto. Until the solar eclipse on the 21st. So that will be an interesting energetic circle. Venus, and all are forming a triangle. And see here, the moon moves in. Moon moves through 24th to 25th of August. And Jupiter takes up opposition to Uranus in retrograde in Aries the 23rd. So that was all, I think, for you, my dear Libras, for what's going on with your star sign. It's a lot of things going on because we have, as I said, all the big planets moving retrograde. So it's like you need to go back and fix everything that you weren't able to fix it, or it was broken in some context, or you may have had traumas that needed to be fixed, like going back, doing the same thing all over, and this time mastering it. So it's time for many of you to master the things that you really feared in the past and you were unable to do it. Now you need to do it. So wherever you have your fears, go head on against them. Try to find out what it's all about. Usually the things that we fear the most, it's kind of the gateway. It's where your pain becomes your path. Your pain is the doorway into yourself, and to find your creativity, to find your talents, to find why on earth you are here. So don't be afraid of your pains or your traumas. Go into them, really study them, and roll out the red carpet for your pain and say, okay, so I want to listen to your words here. I want to listen to what it is that you have to say, because I want to be whole. I want to be healed. in this time we have a really good opportunity to heal our old wounds and leave them behind. You know, not being haunted by the past anymore, or what happened in the past, or the kind of personality that you might have gotten from different traumas that putting a lot of the restraint on you, or making it impossible for you to have a healthy relationship and things like this. So it's really a chance. The pain is your path. The pain is your doorway deeper into yourself. So roll out the red carpet and walk on it straight into the whatever it is that you fear. Face it head on. Okay, so this will be in the past, this is in the now, and this is in the future. The past for Libra, we have Ace of Disc coming up upside down. So that's some trouble in manifesting something. It's like a woman that wants to get pregnant, but month after month she doesn't get pregnant. She gets her period again, and the egg was never fertilized. It's like you're trying to hatch something, you're trying to lay some eggs, but it's impossible because something isn't working, or you're not taking the chances. The Ace of Discs came in reverse. It would have come like this. It would be a chance for you, but it came reversed, so it's a chance being missed. And we see here that there's a lot of things going on in this picture. It's very androgyne being with both like female attributes and masculine attributes. It's also eagle Taurus, and it has some kind of tail, I guess, or maybe it's wheat here. It's wheat and like harvest. Okay, so it's a chance to get something going. And we have this beautiful. There was a man asking me in the commentary field of some sign, I don't remember which. What about this with the four corners? And this is the beautiful picture of the four corners of the world. It's the four direction of the world, like north and south and east and west. But it's also the midwinter solstice, the fall equinox and the spring equinox and the summer solstice. I'm sorry if I'm doing this backwards, because all the calendar is backwards also in my mind. I'm coming from another time that's older, and so my sometimes my things are all opposite against how everyone else thinks that it should be. But anyway, here's maybe the tail, but it's loose. But tail is important, I guess. The tail is your past. It's what's going behind you, and you can't really see it. So see, this is also almost observing the tail, observing the path of the past. So to be able to create something new, you need to be like put the past to rest and know whatever it wanted to tell you. If you, for example, you are lusting for a healthy relationship and you are just in unhealthy relationships all the time, the problem might be that you need to really study those unhealthy relationships and try to get to know what it is that they want to tell you. What kind of skill are they trying to give you? It might be a skill of seeing that something is bad for you and moving on, for example. So whatever the tail wants to tell you, the tail, fairy tale as well, so look at it, really look at it. And beautiful, because this is also a picture of Atlantic, you know, Atlantis in the middle, we have the Garden of Eden, kind of. It's, or this is, it can also be the Tree of Life here, centered. So go into the wound. The wound will tell you who you are. It's the center point of attraction. It's kind of tension your bow and aim towards it and really focus on it, because it will tell you why you were unable to get your show on the road before, why you were unable to get your health, to get beautiful relationships, to get a career starting or a business thriving. Something is not working out for you. You are not being able to take to harvest or to get your seeds in the ground and make them grow. That's your problem, because this is the seed. It's not even the Knight of the Page of Coins or the Knight of Coins that might be able to nurture things. It's just the seed, and it's going nowhere. It's like being stillborn, or something being stillborn, or not being birthed forward. It's like you have tried and tried, but you weren't able to fertilize this thing. The next card here is the Three of Wands, and the Three of Wands is also coming in reverse, and it's almost the same tail here, and it's a snake wanting to go into your eye. So it's something, the Three of Wands is about communication, partnership, being able to know what you want your ships to come in with, and what you want to create. It's like a car battery. It stores all your energy, and this car battery comes out in the reverse. So it's talking about something you are being unable to communicate, unable to participate, unable to cooperate, unable to, maybe for some of you it might be that you are too high-strung on your own will, so you have problem with cooperation with others, because the Three of Wands badly positioned might be kind of my way or the highway. I won't compromise with you. I will do whatever I want for myself. So that's, of course, not going to be a very fertile situation if a person is like that. But sometimes we need to be like that if people are always crossing our boundaries or trying to steal things from us. But sometimes we can also be over suspicious. So we think people are trying to steal when they're actually trying to cooperate. So you need to see that tail. It's something the snake wants to tell you, something about yourself. The snake is it's a very important symbol. It's about facing your fears, and here it wants to crawl into your eye, but it's also about evolution. And we have a story from old legends like Bibles and so on that's talking about that the snake needed to start to crawl on its belly. So what did it do before that if it didn't crawl on its belly? Because we only know snakes to be crawling on its belly. But if you check old mythology, you will see that the snake had wings and probably also legs. So it was more like a dragon. But this dragon, in the evolution of man, it did something forbidden and it had to crawl on its belly. But it still wants this evolution for you. It still longs for you having this evolution. So this being thrown out of paradise was just the first step. It was like working really hard in your own sweat. This is the Swedish, me translating this part of the Bible from Swedish, so it might not be really right in English, but it was when we were cast out of paradise, this center point, we did have to work very hard to survive, because paradise was, you can just pull fruits from the trees, but when you live, for example, as I do in the Nordic countries, it's very cold in the winter, and you need like to work like a squirrel on the summer to store things for the winter. So human beings needed to start to work, and we also have this, since we ate of the tree of knowledge that was centered here, we also got like being able to see into the future, much like the air suits, getting the mind, like being able to see whatever would come along and plan for it. So it made us also very scared, but it was just a part of our evolution. We also got cut off from nature, from this fertile state where we could actually, through our bodies, get our instinct and know what's going to happen, when winter is going to come, what other animals wants to tell us, and reading the signs of everything in nature. But we lost this ability due to this fall, and we were so focused on our mind. But now it still wants to be an evolution, but you need to see kind of your the log in your own eye. You need to see what it's going on within your own life, how you are self-sabotaging with something that you do. We might need to check deeper into that. I can use my new beautiful Druid Craft Tarot. That's by, see here, Philip and Stephanie Carr-Gom, and illustrated by Will Worthington. So see what it is that hasn't been working for you, Libra. What is it that hasn't been working for Libra in the past? These cards are more slippery, so I might just have to open the deck up and on a particular place, because we won't have so many jumpers. Okay, this card is coming again. Ten of Swords. Well, Ten of Swords is just your old way of thinking, or too much thinking maybe, because when we were cast out of paradise, we got this disease with too much thinking, we thought that this thinking was going to be our salvation, that we will be able to protect ourselves from whatever is going to come. But actually it made us very tense, and also many people are very addictive to thinking. They are thinking, and they are missing out on all this other stuff that I talked about, your body. The thinking is just your subconscious and your emotions and your intuition and everything. It's kind of your hard drive. It's when you were born on Earth, the first day of your birth, the subconscious were starting to record things to your Akashic Chronicles. What has already been stored there from all your past lives, and it's stored every second of every day, and also by the nights and your dreams and everything. So when you use your subconscious and the things it's kind of using this hard drive, and also like it calculates everything for you. Your subconscious calculate things for you. So that might be why you are fearful for going into elevators, for example, because you might have your subconscious calculating that, well, you have died this many times from elevator accidents. So your subconscious is calculating that this is dangerous for you because you have some kind of karma going on with elevators. So you need to deal with the karma and then be free of the pain from the elevator crashes. So with the Ten of Swords, it's usually that you are thinking too much and not using your subconscious, and therefore you are finding yourself in the same back alley again and again, unable to move through. So the Ten of Swords is like the old way needs to go, and probably you need to stop thinking so much and be more in your body. And this one, again, the pain is the entrance. We see their back is they have been backstabbed, but in many of the decks, the actual backstabbing is in the old backbone. So your old way of being, your old way of your old survival skills, your old things, because we are going to evolve. So now kind of thoughts are, we are addicted to our thoughts. We are unable to stop them. So the best way to stop your excessive thinking is to be in the body and feel the pain that the thoughts have caused, because your body doesn't feel the difference between, or it doesn't know the difference between you thinking bad things or bad things actually happening to you. So if you stress yourself out with a lot of thinking, stay in the body, feel the pain, stay with it. And whenever you fall asleep again and start thinking, it's like you're dreaming away in your thoughts of mind and being very addicted to these thought patterns. Whenever you wake up again, okay, then you go to your body again, and then you will fall asleep and drift off in your thoughts again. And whenever you wake up, you just pet yourself and say, okay, good, you woken up, you were waking up. Don't be mad at yourself for falling asleep like this. And it can be like driving a car and not knowing how you got from A to B. You just drifted away, and then you wake up and you stay in your body again, stay in the now, stay in attention, feel whatever it is that you need to feel. So thoughts, this evolution might have been hurtful for you, being an air sign and all. So you might have had problems with over excessive thinking, like using your superpower too much. Okay. The next card here is the Seven of Discs, and the Seven of Discs also came upside down. Maybe I put the whole deck upside down, but okay. So the Seven of Discs is, we can see this in the right position. We can see here it's the big planets. It's Jupiter, it's, not only the big planets, Jupiter, Venus, Saturn, and Uranus. And here you have Sun, Moon, and Mercury. So Mars is missing and Pluto is missing, but it's some of the planets are there. And here we have like the centerpiece, the Sun and Mercury moving very central, and Moon moving central around us. And here is Venus, that's our next door neighbor between Sun and Mercury, and then planets that's being more far out. It's a black moon, black sun, sorry, black moon. Yeah, maybe black moon. Okay. So when you say something wrong, it's usually have a meaning. So it might be black moon Lilith. Maybe you should check about the meaning about black moon Lilith, but also there's a black sun. We are going into a solar eclipse, and Seven of Discs is, again, it's this, when it's badly situated, like upside down like this, it's this seed again, that you weren't you were not able to make it into fertility. The Seven of Discs, it's like a farmer that's waiting for their crop, but your crop has failed. It's something that has failed. Your old way of doing things are failing. You need to find new brand ways of doing things. And Mercury's messages, Jupiter is making things bigger, making you see this, the black moon, Lilith, something, the black, we are going to have a solar eclipse, but it's here, it's in the past. So we have a lunar eclipse in August 7, that will be in Capricorn, and it will be in opposition with Sun and Mars, I think, in Leo. So that might be an important day for you. It's, sorry, I'm waiting for a packet delivery, and well, this might have been something, also a message for you, someone calling, packet being delivered. Maybe you have been waiting for something to be delivered. Maybe you have waiting for some kind of communication, for something from the old. It might not have been just your thought patterns. It might have been something that ended, something that was precious to you, or a battle that you were not victorious. You lost this battle, so you might have been waiting for something. But anyway, this lunar eclipse, what I was going to say is that it's going to mark an ending and a new beginning. So it's very suitable, this how this is going. Okay, so here you have your now, and it's the Seven of Wands, and it's still, I need to check if all that's direct and that's direct. Okay, so we will trust this. It's the Seven of Wands, and it's in reverse. So Seven of Wands might come in reverse when you have been fighting something off that actually were good for you. You see, the Ace of Discs was a fertile gift, and you said no to it. You said, no, thank you, I don't want this. Seven of Wands is usual, you know, when you have good and healthy boundaries, you will be able to say no to things. But when you say no to each and every chance that you get, because maybe you think you will get better chances, or you're waiting for, you know, the perfect circumstance or whatever, you are missing a lot of opportunities, because even if this is not the actual chance that you want, it's going to teach you something. So to take whatever kind of job when you're waiting for that big scoop might give you the right kind of experience that you will have to get that big scoop. And to be in relationship with people that you are not seeing yourself ending up with might still be fertile for you, because they have something to teach you. The Seven of Wands is the white horse of the chariot. So the Seven of Wands is kind of the horse that has this beautiful like rise of their neck, and the mane is flowing so beautiful. It's the heroic horse, the victorious horse, the one with a high moral standard. So you might also have had like too high moral standard, or having too high of standards on other people, or you know, expecting everything to be gold that you're touching, or not accepting people with their flaws, but just wants perfect things. So look at this. If you have too high a moral standard, maybe judging people too harsh, or judging your gifts too harsh, you shouldn't check like given horse in the mouth. So okay. And here in the now we also have the Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune, you see, is very fertile. It's a blossom. So finally maybe there will happen something on this fertility front, with the Ace of Discs being reversed. So the Wheel of Fortune is a lucky strike. The time is turning. Things that you have been given out will come back. So what you have been sowing is now, it's going to be reaped eventually. So finally, and it's the divine helping you. So if you are feeling like you're wanting to do something that's unlike you, not like it's not in your personality, go out and do it anyway, even if you're scared, because this is a boat. It's going to take you somewhere very fertile. She is blindfolded because she's listening inwardly. She's not blindfolded because she is blind to whatever happens. She's listened to her stargate here, whatever it wants to burn forth. Okay, it's burning. Her hair is burning. Maybe it's something, maybe you need to use energy, like outward energy, becoming outward expressive, or taking more chances. The Wheel of Fortune, betting on things, like betting on the right horse, betting on something to happen. It's also this eclipse seasons that we are going into. It's of course the Wheel of Fortune. It's the wheel. So we are going into a 19-year cycle here. So you really need to have your ducks in a row to this, what you are creating now, it's going to be there for 19 years. So you want to have something that's good. And whatever you had in the end of October last year will be what you are going to continue working on now. So you need to check what it was that you were doing at this time, because this is probably going to be your future in some way. Okay, so a boat and a fertile womb. So that's really what you need. And here you also have 3 of discs. So finally some cooperation. Instead of this lack of communication, lack of cooperation, my way or the highway, we have here some very much more softer female energy. It's 3, so it's connected to the Empress. It's 3 of discs in this. Here you have the 3 of wands. Wands are fire. It's the way of the hero. We have the way of the hero here being upside down, and here you have discs upside down, and this is discs on the right way. So something, maybe you will get a new job. Okay, that will be, it might be some miracle happening here, you getting a new job, or you getting some kind of better cooperation within your family or circuit of friends. It might also be a baby. That for some of you, that might be something new being born, like a new relationship or a new kind of love, or a new, maybe you are nourishing your inner child. But it's something new that's being born, something that wants to come out, and it needs cooperation. It needs a family. You can't go on this alone, like this. With the hero upside down, it's like someone wants to be a hero for themselves. They are not participating with all other humans. It's like a very old masculine way of being, the lone hero that bleeds to death, like in a desert somewhere, and no one will miss them, but they think the world of themselves. So it's an old paradigm shift here, something shifting in your life. Maybe you are getting rid of old way of masculinity and using this more divine masculinity that wants to participate and make things fertile, cooperation instead of devastation. Okay, so, and here is your future. And the first card is the 8 of Cups upside down. So 8 of Cups is kind of leaving. It's this little girl. She's too young to leave her home, but she's feeling very big. Okay, so it's a Leo here, feeling very big and wants to leave home, wants to leave a situation that they feel big enough to leave some more comfortable situation. They want to see the world. They want to do something. And she has the star symbol here on her. So it's like a person feeling really grown up, but actually not being just there yet. But it's the Leo, so it's very creative. It's something that you want to create for yourself. It might be dreams, like big dreams, leaving a situation to follow your dreams. But when it comes reversed like this, it might be talking about returning. It might also be talking about being unable to detach yourself from a situation that you feel you have outgrown. Maybe with 8, sometimes it's, especially together with the Wheel of Fortune, it's something that still needs to be dealt with. You can't go on to a happy, beautiful life before you have learned you need to have certain experience. So you can't skip things because they are unpleasant, because you really need that experience. So it's like skipping some pages in the book and then going on a test and not knowing whatever it was on those pages. So we humans, we want to live happy, so we are trying to sort away things that doesn't make us happy. But if you feel like a great connection to someone, even if they made you miserable, they probably have something to teach you still. So even if you don't want to mess around with those people anymore, you need to find out what it is that you had to learn from this situation. It's something that has to do with your talents. It's something that has to do with the depths of you, like with your soul. The lion is connected to the sun, so it's something with your soul. It's something with what's really going to make you happy. Maybe you want to leave this embrace too early, like leave home too early, and maybe you have something that you really need to work out with your first family. Maybe it's something that you need to understand. It's a little bit of teenage revolution here, but you need to be amongst people to be able to make a revolution towards them. You can't do revolution like on the lonely road, like no one will notice even your revolution if you're doing it out in a desert somewhere or all alone. No one will care. They won't see what you're doing. They will. So your teenage revolution here will be to no use. So you need to be amongst people and revolt against them. That is what I'm seeing. Okay. And the next card is Eight of Wands, and it's also upside down. So Eight of Wands, and it's, oh, okay, so it's the Lion and it's upside down. I think you have had this suit before, like Eight of Swords, Eight of Wands, Eight of Cups, maybe Eight of Coins as well. Many people have had this because it's this with the circuit, the big loop that we need to go, all those planets moving retrograde for our sake. So we will go back and find out what it is that we actually have been trying to solve all along. It's putting us in really difficult situations, so we won't be able to do things in the old way. That won't work. We won't be able to do things in the old way. We need to embrace new things with ourselves, embrace new experience. So we see here it's the child. They were leaving prematurely, and we see the snake as well. It's something with the old here. It's something with the old ancestral things, like your ancestors. Maybe you need to sort things out with a parent, or maybe you left too premature and you need someone to take care of you. You see, maybe you couldn't leave because you needed someone to take care of you. You need a love from someone, or you need help from someone. It was something with this, with help. Yes, going all alone, being this hero, walking alone. You need to ask for help, I think. You need to be carried. You need to be, maybe other people can help you to see, because the Eight of Wands is clear communication, and it comes here with the Three of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and Eight of Wands. So it might be that you need to talk things through with people. Maybe they can help you. If you really ask people, okay, what do you think is wrong with me, what I'm doing wrong? Because it's so hard to see the snake or the log in your own eye. You might need the help from other people to see it. At nighttime, dreams might be very important for you as well. It's like you're missing a message because it came upside down. You're missing a message, and it's with this Leo, so it's probably something with the eclipse. You might also have Leo in your chart, or fire in your chart, or you might be dealing with a Leo person. Maybe they have left, and maybe they want to return, or you want them to return. But in any way, this eclipse thing that's going to happen the 21st is probably going to be very significant, and you need to, whatever has not been like said and done and dealt with, you need to deal with it so you can be free for the rest of this big cycle. You really need to finish this teaching, because the Eight is about making things harmonious, to work on something, like fine polish it, because it's something that you have been missing, something with feelings. The Eight of Cups is emotions, creativity, being attached to certain situations or relationships. And the Eight of Wands is about communication, free communication, communication that makes us free, communication that makes misunderstandings goes away, telling the truth. Here someone might have been lying, and here, if you want to get this Wheel of Fortune, the new cycle, in a positive way, you need to clarify things. And I'm sorry if you have people that has been lying to you. You can't really help this, and this is not something that you need to, try to get this liar to talk. But if you yourself, then it's easy, because then you can just tell the truth. If someone else is lying, it's a good thing that you have been walking away, but it's then I see you are walking away like a wounded hero, and you really would need to have this apology from someone, or you would really need them to tell the truth about something. So if there's possibility for you to get the truth, that would be good. And if not, well, then you need to stay in the pain and just deal with this, that you are not going to know whatever happens. And this is very, I feel this is very hard for you. So we might need to take another card for that, but we'll see here. And here we have the Empress. So fertility and children again. Female energy. We have this inability to be fertile, and then suddenly this fertility with some chance that wasn't being taken but may return, and then you will have the fertility. If there will be a return and you will be able to talk about things or sort things out, maybe with your mom and dad. If they, for some of you, they will be lost. You won't be able, because they have moved on to, yes, they are, for some of you, your parents won't be here anymore. But then they can contact you through dreams. So you need to pay attention to that, because it's like you need to sort things out with your original family to be ready for a family of your own. This seed that you have been trying to push out and you weren't able to. So 10 of Swords in your past. And so now I got it. I don't need to take another card for it, because I saw now what it was. And you heard me saying it. So this is the future for Libra. And we actually have the Libra symbol here. You can almost see it. It's like this. And it's fishing. Go fishing. And this is a King's Fisher. So the future for Libra, it's Pisces. It might be something with Pisces. Going fishing. Maybe you have something to sort out with a Pisces, or something emotional to sort out. Something that's in your deep waters here. Something you need to see in your emotions. So maybe some time of solitude and you can sort things out. This line, I feel this is the tail again, and it's something with communication. Clear communication is needed. So sort your thoughts out and your feelings out, and then be ready for communication. Okay, so that is what I see for Libra. And I hope that when I took like so much lesser cards, that the reading would be shorter, but I'm sorry it wasn't so. Obviously there's messages that wants to come through, and I'm not the woman to be able to stop this from happening. So endure with me. Okay, so I'm so thankful for you joining me on this journey, and I hope that you will join me again in the beginning of September. So enjoy the month of August and all its thrills with this ride here, your new chances, taking new chances, making something fertile, sorting things out from the past. It will be freeing you for the next 19 years. So it's really a work that you shouldn't be, you need to do it. Okay, so take good care and bye bye.